A federal judge issued a stern reprimand to Mark Geragos, an attorney with informal ties to Sean Diddy Combs' legal team, after the lawyer made a racially charged comment on his podcast. Geragos, who co-hosts the Two Angry Men podcast with TMZ founder Harvey Levin, referred to the prosecution in Combs' high-profile case as a six-pack of white women, a remark that quickly ignited public backlash. The comment was made during a recent episode of the podcast and did not go unnoticed by Judge Arun Subramanian, who is overseeing Combs' legal case. According to court transcripts obtained by the New York Post, Judge Subramanian confronted Geragos privately on May 6, expressing his disbelief and outrage over the comment. The judge stated, "I think referring to the prosecution in this case as a six-pack of white women is outrageous." He went on to add, "This would not be tolerated in any court from any lawyer anywhere across the nation." Subramanian made it clear that such a comment had no place in the courtroom or in any legal context, warning that it could lead to severe consequences if it were to occur again. Geragos, however, defended his comment by claiming it was a reflection of Combs' belief that he is being unfairly targeted because of his race. "It's an observation," Geragos told the court, implying that Combs' team saw the prosecution as an example of racial bias in the legal process. Despite this justification, it is important to note that Combs' official defense team has already made a commitment not to raise a selective prosecution argument based on race or to compare Combs' case to that of uncharged white public figures. This decision was made to avoid further complications in the defense strategy and to focus on the legal aspects of the case rather than making racial arguments that could be seen as inflammatory. Although Geragos is not officially listed as one of Combs' defense attorneys, he confirmed that he is working closely with Combs' mother, Janice, in the case. Geragos has also attended the first few days of jury selection, which officially began on May 5, and has taken part in behind-the-scenes discussions related to the case. His involvement, despite being unofficial, has attracted attention due to his prominence in the legal world and his public remarks, which have the potential to affect the case. The legal proceedings surrounding Combs are particularly significant, as the music mogul faces serious charges that could result in a life sentence if he is convicted. The trial has already drawn widespread media coverage, and Combs' legal team is working hard to prepare their defense strategy. Judge Subramanian's comment about watching and listening to Geragos further complicates matters for the defense, as the judge's scrutiny could influence how the trial unfolds. In an attempt to lighten the tense exchange, the judge ended the confrontation with a somewhat playful comment, telling Geragos, "I'm going to be watching and I'm going to be listening. You have one more listener for your podcast." Geragos responded with his characteristic wit, replying, "As long as you subscribe, I'm all for it." Despite the humor, however, the underlying seriousness of the case remains clear. With such high stakes, every move made by Combs' legal team will be under intense scrutiny. Combs' case, which has already drawn significant public interest due to his celebrity status, is set to continue in the coming weeks. The remarks made by Geragos could become a point of contention, particularly as the trial progresses and tensions rise. The judge's firm stance against such racially charged language underscores the importance of maintaining professionalism and respect in a courtroom, especially in a case that could have far-reaching consequences for those involved. The case also shines a spotlight on the intersection of celebrity, race, and the legal system. With Combs facing charges that could land him in prison for the rest of his life, his defense team has a difficult road ahead. However, with the involvement of high-profile attorneys like Geragos and the attention surrounding the trial, it's clear that every aspect of the case will be under close scrutiny, both in and outside the courtroom. As the trial moves forward, all eyes will be on the legal proceedings, and any further comments or actions that draw attention could influence the outcome. Combs' future, as well as the reputations of those involved in the case, are now inextricably linked to the outcome of this complex and high-profile legal battle. Would you like me to assist you in crafting a YouTube description and SEO keywords for this story?